Once we were traveling from Mysore to Coimbatore. Mysore is a city in the state of Karnataka, southern part of India, and it's a hilly terrain. So the curves, hairpin bends were really difficult to drive through. My sister was driving, my mom was sitting next to her and I was in the back seat. We were having some jerks here and there, moving like this. Slowly she was going on the hilly terrain. It became dark. It was pitch black outside when it was around 7 o'clock. We couldn't really see anything. They say that there are so many animals that roams in that area. We couldn't even spot a street light. Who knows what animals were there around us. It was all going so smooth. She was moving slowly and then it came thud. She applied brake instantly. I had to go bang my head on the front seat and it was literally aching because of the speed in which she had applied the brake. Then we realized that there is something huge, dark in front of us. It took some time for us to get used to that dark light. The headlights weren't enough. And then we realized it was a huge elephant, a single elephant which was relishing its food from the tree next to it. We were so scared. My heart was skipping a beat. It was beating very fast as if I was actually on stage. My mom was so scared, she started praying all the gods that she remembered that time. And my sister didn't know how to react. She waited patiently, switched off the light. We didn't have even a bicycle space to go. We were just waiting for the elephant to move so that we can proceed with our journey. Guys, I hope you now understood why I was sharing this particular incident. When I was sharing this, didn't you have those images in your mind? Didn't you think about the hilly terrain, the way we were sitting in the car, and finally the biggest surprise for us, the elephant? Yes, this lesson is all about how to make your speeches narrative. Most of us use narrative style when we deliver important messages. If you want to make it entertaining at the same time, create an impact, stories, narrations, descriptive speeches are the best way to do it. There are people, especially important people, who use this effectively. There are so many politicians who use stories to convey a message they want to do with their party members, with their followers. They in fact use a lot of stories during election campaigns because this narration will help people to get the message instantly. Next, I know actor Rajnikant who uses stories immaculately in most of his speeches. Whenever he goes for an award function, whenever he goes for any function that he is part of promotion, he would share some or the other story to get the message clear to his audience. He is not just a good actor but also a good orator. And we have other people who are in the different professions, commentators, teachers, educationalists, marketing people, even professors, children, moms, dads, all of us use narration in our daily life. When we talk about somebody, when we share about an experience, the kind of situations that we dealt with, we narrate, isn't it? The understanding of these narrations, the understanding of descriptive speeches will give you an edge over others and will also help you to get the message clearly and easily. We are going to do a small exercise now. I'll tell you a few words and please think about whatever comes to your mind. A tall boy, a plumpy girl, an orange t-shirt, an apple with an ant on it, a sunflower facing the sun. Didn't you see all these images in your head now? Just now? So what did I try doing here? When I said a tall boy, the word tall helped you to imagine someone who is definitely above average in his height. So the usage of adjectives, the usage of right words is the prerequisite for narration. Even when I told the story, I told you it was a huge dark figure and you were really imagining something huge out of proportion, isn't it? So use your words wisely to create speeches which are descriptive in nature. There are few ways in which actually you can build these narrative speeches. One is to take a storyline which is appealing for the audience. Even if you want to convey a serious message, say you want to talk about honesty, what is the best way to teach about honesty rather than share a story? In fact, I remember this story of Gandhiji, where a mother who was having a child, a son around 10-11 years old, took him to Gandhiji and told Gandhiji, Mahatma, my son is eating a lot of sweets. I am worried that my child would be having illness, sickness because of eating so much of sweets. Can you advise him? Immediately, hesitantly, he said, Madam, can you come after some time, maybe after a month? The mother couldn't understand why would he ask her to come back. It's just a simple thing to do. She was wondering why would he ask us to come again. But then she didn't say anything because he was Mahatma. She went back, came back after a month. She went, came back after a month. This time, Mahatma was actually suggesting the guy to avoid sweets. He told the ill effects of having too much of sweets in his food. The boy agreed and eventually he quit eating a lot of sweets. The mother was very happy. She was really thankful that Mahatma did a wonderful job. She went to him to thank, but also asked this question, why did you take 1 month's time to share this? You could have shared the same day. For that, Mahatma replied that even I was eating a lot of sweets at that time. If I had told him not to eat sweets, I wasn't being honest with myself. When I don't follow something, how do I teach him? That's the reason I took some time to quit my habit of eating a lot of sweets and then advised him. So it worked. So this story talks about how one can be honest with himself. Even for a serious topic, you can have simple stories. You can have beautiful stories which will enlighten your audience to have a better understanding. So 3 things that you will have to do to create speeches which are narrative, to build stories which are enthralling in nature is first to have better choice of words. Use adjectives, use descriptive words, use situations, exaggerate them a little so that your audience will understand the intensity of the message you are trying to deliver. Second, use situations to bring in the content clearly. Experiences can be narrated in a way so people learn that they are not supposed to repeat the mistakes of the other person, or they at least become conscious of how they should deal with certain situations. Pick up situations which are descriptive in nature, add them to your speech. And the last and final point is to use words wisely. Although you choose adjectives, although you have wonderful sentences in it, The formation of these sentences, the flow of these sentences makes a difference. So, when you begin, use transition words for the next idea, connect the words, create situations where it becomes a little suspenseful, where it becomes a little interesting, where people don't expect the twist happening. When you bring these kind of differences in your speech, then it becomes interesting and the whole speech will become a success. Descriptive speeches are speeches which will help you to create a mark. I would like to share about an influencer here. He has a YouTube channel. He generally talks about financial management, that is his area of expertise. You may wonder what financial management has to do with storytelling. I agree. But he has a knack of adding stories even to his financial advices. In fact, this person has 10 lakh followers. In fact, it's growing at least by 10,000s, 20,000s every week when I see. It is only because of the way he presents the message. Although he talks about stock markets, although he talks about insurance, investments, all the serious stuff, he still makes it very entertaining with little stories that creates a difference among the other influencers. I'm sure he would be making a lot of money through his YouTube channel because people don't watch him for his financial advice. I don't watch him for his financial advice. I watch him for his knack of storytelling. If you want to be an influencer, if you want to persuade people, if you want to create a mark in others' lives, you can try being a good storyteller because, as I told you in the previous video, facts tell, stories sell. The practice exercise for this particular lesson is to create speech. I would recommend you to choose your own experience. It could be a travel experience that you had. It could be an experience that you had in your organization where you learnt about some valuable lesson. Or it is a message of gratitude that you wanted to pass to someone who helped you in your tough times. Build situations or build stories out of these experiences. Then please convey a message through them. Create videos, create speeches with your own personal experience to start with. Slowly, eventually you will move on to others' stories. It becomes easy for you to use inspiration of others to convey your message. As usual, please do share your video links to info@practills.com or WhatsApp your links to 88258 17030 to get an expert opinion of your topics. Thank you.